Nation. It is Kelsey
and Amy.
We are here and excited to talk to you guys about fat. We've gone through like all the reasons why protein is amazing for you, all the reasons why carbs are good for you, when you should have them, all kinds of stuff. If you don't know what we're talking about, check out all the Tuesday talks that we do have. We are condensing them into smaller things now. So instead of like the hour-long, like big old, regurgitation of information, we're trying to get them in about 20 to 30 minutes. So you guys have a little bit more time on your hands and hopefully you're getting a ton of information from us.
Yeah.
With that being said, we're super pumped to talk about fat today because Amy and I actually freaking love eating fat, like passionately, in all shapes and sizes and forms.
It is very, very true.
Bacon, avocados, nuts,
butter,
freaking butter. Like, come on, you guys. Like, we're going to talk about all of that and break it down so you don't have to be afraid of putting butter on your freaking toast. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Really excited. Amy's going to go over some myths for you because we figured we should do Mythbusters HELLABELLA style before we get into all the reasons why those myths are myths.
Exactly. So basically, you guys hear all of these things, which is why everybody is so scared of fat in their diet. But okay, so myth number 1, eating fat makes you fat. We're not even gonna go there, but all fat or all high fat foods will raise your cholesterol. Fat has no redeeming properties in your diet.
So wrong.
So definitely wrong. And then a low-fat diet is actually best for your weight loss and fat loss goals.
This is our personal favorite. Let's tell you why. So a lot of people are like going off of research that's been done from, let's talk about this, the 1940s, people, the 1940s. It is 2017. It is time to get on the new roller coaster here of what we're supposed to be doing with our body. So in the 1940s, they kind of talked about it, and then they were like, I feel like we should just have low fat. So then researchers and scientists and all that decided that that was going to be the new thing. So in the 1960s, everybody was on a low fat diet because everyone was afraid that fat makes you fat, going back to that first myth, right? Now, yes, people were a lot leaner back then, but that's not because of fat. That's because the portion size is a completely different Tuesday talk, okay? Hey, that's a good one.
Yeah, that is a really good Tuesday talk. I like it.
So anyway, we're not in the 1960s anymore, y'all. Let's move on. 2017. So those are all myths, awesome myths. We're going to tell you why those are myths, and we're going to do it right now.
So obviously from the whole topic here is that fat is actually amazing for you and it has some really amazing benefits as well. And so just in case you guys don't know all of the delicious things that fat is, so we have avocado, nuts, macadamia nut oil, bacon, butter, eggs, cheese, yes, olives.
Ugh.
She doesn't like olives. I like olives.
Ugh.
But anyways, so lots of chocolate. Yep. Lots of really delicious food. And so we're going to tell you why it's okay to eat these things, obviously in proportion to your own body composition and your own goals, but why this is so important for you as well. So first things first, one of the best reasons is that it actually helps with your body composition. So
what's body composition again?
So body composition is just my weight on the scale, right?
No.
Are you sure?
No, wrong. We'll talk about that in a second. Your body composition is what your body is composed of. So I know that sounds very kindergarten, and I made you feel probably just a little bit stupid if you didn't know. Sorry about that, but that's exactly what it is. What your body is composed of. So it's your bones, it's your muscle, it's your fat, it's your organs, it's everything all in one. So when we talk about body composition with our clients, we're trying to get you to a better body composition by lowering your fat, increasing your muscle, all kinds of great things. So better body composition, fat loss, doesn't mean you're eating less fat. Fat loss, muscle gain.
Exactly. So basically the bottom line is that fat healthy fats help you to improve your metabolism, help you balance out your hormones, and eliminate a lot of constant cravings that you may have. So in turn, helping you create a better body composition. So
fats keep you fuller longer. So you're satiated for longer periods of time. So a lot of times when people are on a low fat diet, and they're like, maybe they're on a low carb, low fat, high protein diet, we hear this a lot, they're hungry all the time. And while I would normally say that's a great thing, but you need to put fats in your diet to stay satiated for longer so you're not overeating throughout the day.
Yep. And so that in combination with maybe a healthy, like a good protein source, and then even a carbohydrate also, depending on the time of day and all of those things, you know, that's going to keep you much more full for a longer period of time. And you're going to feel really good after having that in your day.
Yes.
So yeah. So then on top of that, so reason number 2, why fat is really great for you is that you are able to build more muscle. So why do we want more muscle?
So we can burn fat.
Exactly. So for my
fat on our bodies, like, let's be clear, a lot of people put fat in like one mass thing and they're like, fat is fat, period. There's dietary fat, which is what we are currently talking about, the fat that you put in your mouth. And then there's fat on our bodies. They are not directly related. I wish that they were a different word, but they are not. Okay.
So yeah, there we go.
Sorry, sidestep.
No, that's totally true. And so basically, healthy fat will help you actually increase your gains from your strength training. So for my gentlemen out there, that's going to help you build a little bit more mass by including some healthy fat into your diet, by helping you to balance out those hormones, so testosterone, things like that in your body that you're going to need more of in order to build up that muscle. And for my ladies out there, it's going to help you build those tighter, leaner curves that you want. So you want those booty gains, you want that nice tight waist,
obliques, which give you that hourglass figure.
Yep. So it's going to help you to burn more body fat and then in turn build more muscle. So
more muscle burns fat. Then you can eat more fat, more whatever. Doesn't matter. More chocolate.
Yeah.
More eggs, more cheese. All the things I
love.
All the things I love. Okay. So then obviously we're talking about fat loss as well. So consuming fat makes it easier to burn fat. Okay. Amy, tell us why.
Well, it helps you to improve your metabolism so that you can maintain an optimal body composition in the long run. So it's pretty simple.
Yeah, we just talked about, like, you're building muscle, therefore you're burning fat as well. So your body's naturally going to do something. So the more muscle you have on your body, you're going to burn fat just naturally by being alive. So all of these things go together. Body composition, 1, muscle gain, 2, and burning body fat, 3.
All the things that we love and all the reasons why a lot of you are working with us with HELLABELLA is you guys want one or all of those things. So that is why we include, obviously, healthy fats in all of your fuel plans. That's why we would never tell you, hey, we're going to take out all of the fat out of your diet, because of those 3 things in particular in relation to all of your guys' goals.
Yeah.
But on top of that, so fat has a lot of benefits in terms of your general health. So first thing, and we all love this factor, is that it helps you with your reproductive health, you guys. So fat it's critical to your
fat made me pregnant.
That made Kelsey pregnant. She was on the keto diet, and then she got married, and then they just had a baby right away. It was crazy.
It's all the eggs I eat.
And cheese.
It's true. Anyway, so I have great reproductive health.
In case you were wondering.
In case you wanted to know a lot of information about me, there it is.
So there we go. But basically, what fat does for you in your body in terms of your reproductive health is it, in both men and women, it helps you to, manufacture your hormones and improves the gene signaling that regulates your hormone balance. So for women, this is important for our reproductive health in terms of your fertility, your, menstrual cycle, all of those things.
Yeah.
And then for men, it can help you with your androgen and your testosterone levels. Okay, so basically, good fat allows for higher androgens, better reproductive health, a stronger libido, not a bad thing, better athletic performance, and lower body fat. Simple. Sorry. Is Kelsey getting red over here? Is that what's happening?
Really good athletic performance.
Okay, there we go.
Oh my God. Yep.
Okay,
so, sorry, moving on.
So our next topic, and I'm going to let Kels take this one. So we're going to be talking, so it regulates your hormones, so that's good. But then moving on from there, it actually can help with your mood. See how happy Kelsey is right now, you guys?
Super high fat diet over here. I can't take this seriously at all. I'm so sorry. So fat regulates your hormones, guys. It also makes you happier because your hormones are on point. Okay, it's totally a thing. So not just like your happy hormones like serotonin and things like that, but
so it's regulating your mood and your brain function.
Yes. So women out there, I'm going to tell you right now, if y'all are having a hard time, you should probably consume a little bit more fat in your diet. Like seriously. And this is no joke. Like I might be smiling and laughing about this whole thing. I don't know why, but it's seriously true. Like a lot of times we'll talk to women, especially when we have a new client. Let's say they're going through menopause. They're having issues with anxiety, depression, things like that. We always dive just a little bit deeper to see what's going on with their current diet, because that particular woman probably needs to regulate their hormones better. And we're going to do that in a natural way by adding the fat. So if you don't know how much fat you should be having on a regular basis, that's what our fuel plans are for. But you should have an adequate amount so that you are regulated and you are happy on a normal basis. And you don't know, it's a serious thing. Like depression is a very serious thing. But there are ways to combat that naturally by consuming the right amount of dietary fats, or at least helping.
Well, and because two of the things that actually your brain is made of is actually cholesterol and fat. Mm-hmm. And so for you to be on a lower fat diet, or where you're not getting enough to adequately like fuel your brain function, that obviously affects your serotonin levels in your brain. And that also then in turn can affect your mood. It can affect, or in a grander scale, maybe somebody may be affected by depression mm-hmm. due to a very low fat diet, or maybe in part due to that. Not saying that's always the entire reason, obviously, but definitely by changing that ratio, it can definitely help to improve your mood and maybe even pull somebody out of that position that they're in there.
And so some of us don't even know that we have a low fat diet. Like a lot of us just go through life and just eat the way that we would normally eat. And we don't even know if it's low fat or not. Maybe it's super high fat, and that's like making your hormones irregular. This is why we do what we do, so that we have a target range for everybody, because this is what you need for your own unique body composition. So maybe you're like, oh, that's kind of me, but I'm not really sure how much fat I'm having. That's when it's like, we're going to ask you, start tracking these things, like see how much fat you are intaking by using MyFitnessPal or the Lose It app or whatever the case is, so that we can see what's going on. If you're appropriately having the right amount of fat for you, maybe it's excess, maybe it's too little, but how can we start to make those changes so that we can regulate your moods and so on, and all the other good stuff that comes with it.
Yep, totally.
Cool. Then you've got, we already talked about better brain function. We're going to talk about stronger bones and less risk of osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, osteopenia, all that stuff. You need to have fat in your diet to strengthen your bones. This is all, like, fat is so important.
Yep, because it helps you with your fats are also part of your calcium metabolism and the different vitamins that your body needs in order to help you build up your bone density. Mm-hmm. So that helps you with your bone building. So on top of all the other things that we've already talked about, it does help you in terms of building your bones even up by helping you to absorb the minerals and vitamins that your body needs in order to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, for women, this is extremely important, where we are more at risk for those different things that Kelsey just kind of listed off there. And obviously then adding on top of that, so this is just a complete little side note, but, you know, so building up your bones also comes into play with strength training. So that's why strength training is super important. So your exercise and then your nutrition all play a role in building up that bone density and all of that.
And
so
strength training is not running for days and doing cardio for hours at a time.
Yeah, that's true.
Serious face.
So that's another just very important function of fats in the body.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from that, reducing the risk of cancer.
Mm-hmm. It reduces the risk of inflammation, which is what causes cancer. So that's obviously extremely important. The less inflammation you have within your own body, the less risk you have for cancer. So huge. Okay.
Yeah. Better cholesterol ratio and reduced heart disease risk. So that's just another thing there. Obviously, you know, I feel like a lot of these foods get a bad name. So, you know,
eggs.
You hear like eggs, bacon, cheese, all of these things are so bad for you because they're going to
I eat those in excess. Like, so let's be clear.
So it's like, you know, you think like, oh, I don't want to include that in my diet because I don't want to get heart disease.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want high cholesterol, you know, all of those things. But it's actually like all of these, so things like bacon, cheese, meat, eggs, butter, and coconut. They are what you would consider a saturated fat, but they don't cause heart disease. They can actually reduce the risk of heart disease and lower your triglycerides by restricting sugar and limiting your carbohydrate intake along with those things, and not limiting your carbohydrate intake like, hey, we're going to go 0 carb, we're going only keto, but like a well-balanced diet, right?
Whatever your food plan says is what you should have in your carbohydrates, right? But I mean, it's your HDL should be high to combat issues, right? And your LDL should be low. Now, again, I'm just going to speak for me. Just to give you an example, I have eggs every day and it's whole eggs. I love eggs. Like, I love scrambled eggs. I love eggs over easy. I like all of those things. Cheese, like bacon, I'll be all about bacon. I don't have that every day, but you know, all of these things that are supposed to be bad and heighten your cholesterol. I literally just got mine checked because I'm pregnant. So they like ran all the screenings they could possibly run. And my HDL is through the roof. My LDL is super low, and heart disease runs in my family. So I'm very aware of making sure that I'm making the right decisions, but while it can correlate depending on where you're at, as far as your own health, this is a conversation that you want to have with your doctor. You don't necessarily need to have with your trainers, right? But we're telling you that alongside a healthy lifestyle, you can have these things and be completely fine.
Totally. Yep. So, and then really interesting is that, so a lot of these foods also have so kind of moving on to the next thing here, but have an antimicrobial, antiviral, like property or like things in them, which can then help you to actually strengthen up your immune system as well. So there you go. Another great thing about healthy fats.
Don't get sick.
Yeah.
There you go. Lastly, better skin and eyes. This is like one of my favorites because if you know me at all, I love like taking care of my skin. I love like the whole girly makeup phenomenon thing. This is my jam. Like, I can be a tomboy in some ways, but when it comes to skin and it comes to like taking care of like what's going on here, because it's not going to last forever, right? I'm all about. So healthy fats, like it's exactly like if you think about someone that has dry skin. I mean, this is a completely different topic, but if someone that has drier skin, they don't have a lot of lipids happening, which is like your like sweat glands aren't really working for you. You don't have a lot of water going on, and you don't have a lot of like collagen and things like that. That's a person that typically has a drier skin. It's the same thing. Now, a person that has dry skin, this is so separate. I'm going all the way back to like when I was in skincare. But a person that has dry skin, they age like 4 times faster than someone that has a normal skin, and 10 times faster than someone that has an oily skin. So y'all out there with like oily skin, you can be like, oh yeah, but I'm gonna look good when I'm 50. It's the truth, because you have a lot more going on your skin. There's a lot more moisture. Those lipids are like very active. It's the same thing with your body. So you are aging your body on the inside and the outside by depriving it of fat. Same thing. Nobody wants dry skin. That's when we get those wrinkles here. Botox starts to happen. You look super weird and not even yourself. Like, you know, you got to take care of that stuff, right? So it's the same type of principle, but it's according to your body and fat instead of your skin and the $500 moisturizer that you're putting on your face so you don't get wrinkles.
Right. So we're thinking about kind of like, in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, Wizard of Oz. Remember the Tin Man? How he was like super like, right? And
you
like,
lubricate him.
And you gotta, think about the fat as that within your body.
Mm-hmm.
It is literally going to make you function and run smooth in all capacities.
Mm-hmm.
So we just went over literally 10 reasons.
It's a lot.
Why fat is super important in your diet. And so if you still don't believe us, well, then that's fine, I guess, but that's your choice. But basically, including fat in your diet is essential to so many different things. And we just wanted to prove to you guys today that fat does not make you fat. It can actually make you significantly leaner and feeling really good about yourself.
Yeah.
And so we want to make sure that you guys can understand that and then not be afraid of it anymore.
Yeah, so go eat some fat, but eat the appropriate amount. We're not telling you to go have 700 grams of fat. Okay, if you don't know how much fat to have, give us a call. No big deal, but that's what we're here for. But figure it out and get it right, and you'll feel better all around, and you'll probably look better. You'll look leaner. Your skin will be glowy. You'll have better eyesight.
It'll be fat.
Less risk of like cancers and like diseases and depression. I mean, it's a great thing. Go have scrambled eggs.
Do it.
All right, guys, that was it.
Thanks for joining us this week on our Tuesday Talk.
Obviously, if you have questions, let us know.
Comment below.
Yeah, and remember, we're not doctors. So talk to your doctor before you go and have like 78 things, because obviously if anyone has any issues with their health, always talk to your doctor.
Yep.
Okay, disclaimer.
All right, winning. Until next week, we'll see you later.
Bye, guys.